beep 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 beep. Achoo! Hello, it's me, the boy. Oh, hello. How is everybody doing? Is everybody epic or what? Y'all ready to have some fun or what? I know I am. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Do. Ah. Ah. Delicioso. There we go. Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition. My favorite. My man. Oh, shit. It's me. It's you, Zombie Tutu. Zombie Tutu. It's you. It's me. It's you. It's me. It's you. Ew. It's the intro. No thanks. Let's see. I guess I was doing this one. Wait, that's an autosave. Gross. How many times do I gotta say autosaves are gross? But then again, let me see where this takes us. Yeah, I was here before, so you know. Just saying. We're gonna be here instead.
Done.
My question is, where do I fucking go for a fucking shop? Right. Oh man, Ignis, you're looking pretty cool, bro. This crackling, billowing creature twists slowly above an iron grill upon the floor of the bar. It may have once been human, but now its skin is charred beyond recognition. Streams of fire form a wraith around the creature's body. The flames lick at the few remaining pockets of flesh, causing them to bubble and run like wax down the creature's skeletal frame. Jesus Christ. Who would you kiss? Nameless or Morte? Dude, I'd obviously kiss Morte. Morte is the more appealing one, you know. What? Welcome, Glacier. How you doing? Salmon. The heat surrounding this creature is incredible. To your surprise, that iron grill the creature floats above has sagged it and bent from the heat. At first, you thought the heat came from the grill, but now you realize it emanates from the creature. As you watch, flecks of ash drift from the writhing corpse and float slowly to the ceiling. Jesus Christ. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Glacier. Greetings. The thing makes no response. It writhes slowly within the flames. It lives, but does not seem aware of anything other than the fire that surrounds it. Its skin is flame, its heart is flame, and you know, within some shadowed corner of your memory, that thing is dangerous. Huh. Oh, shit. Dude's fucking floating. Ew, Morty is gross. Nameless is clearly more kissable. Do you even see this fucking hog picture down here?
What's up?
Morte is clearly the superior. Look at that. Then you can use him as like a fleshlight, you know? Think about it that way. You probably didn't, did you? Stupid. You see a trim, muscular man dressed in clothing that is comparatively drab and mundane. Compared to most of the outfits you've seen in this city, he carries himself with an air of supercilious arrogance. He also looks dramatically out of place here. What do you want? he asked. Who are you? I am Alias, warrior of renown. Surely you have heard of me? Truth, no. Can it truly be? Can it truly be that none of this town have heard of me or my exploits? Alas, I shall have to prove myself all over again, and here I had thought my fame had spread across the world. Shit. By the way, I'm suckling on a cough drop. Because one, it soothes my throat, and two is because I had a little bit of a cough. So, what world are you from? I'm certain it has answered some questions for me, will you? What world are you from? I come from the city of Alaburn, on the river Tame. Surely you have heard of its glories and wonders? No matter, no matter. This place is benighted and ignorant, when it comes to the splendors of true cities. I'm told that my land is what is called a prime by the denizens of this city, though a prime of what I don't know. Well, I'm off now. Bye, gray shirt. Morte can't close his eyes. Imagine him hard staring at you while you kiss. That's why you close your own eyes. That's gross. Okay, imagine rotten flesh against your lips. And he smells too. He smells like formaldehyde. That's what you get with the nameless one. How did you get here? I was chasing my old foe, the villainous life shade, Turtanello. He pauses, waiting for acknowledgement, then continues. Conjured his demonic magic and opened himself a doorway and hurled himself through it. Before he could flee me entirely, I threw myself after him and found myself here. That sounds like quite an adventure. I had other questions for you. No. I get it. You're one of the clueless. He bristles, reddening, and his hand clutches convulsively around the hilt of his sword. Clueless, is it? I take offense to your words, Sira, and bid you farewell in the hopes that we should never cross paths again. He turns away from you, still flushed with pride and rage. I'll ask you some questions. Sighs heavily and eyes you with disdain. Then be on with it, scarred one. Ask and be done. What about the patrons? The only person I know here is Eb there. I am new to this place, and I do not make it my business to meddle in the affairs of others. Do you have any further questions for me, or may I continue enjoying my solitude? A few more. I'd like to apologize to you. He appears entirely shocked, as if the notion of apologies is alien to him. You wish to apologize? Yeah. Then I suppose, as a point of honor, I must accept your apology. Very well. In return, I offer my apology as well. Let us set the matter aside and speak no more of it. Very well. Goodbye. You never know, that man could help. How about you, Eb? You see a slightly stooped old man with a full gray beard and a lion's mane of gray hair. He wears a couple of shoulder guards as armor, and he keeps a helmet nearby. He smokes a pipe and carries a pouch of tobacco around his waist. He looks pretty strong, but he's a little plump. He also appears to have some sort of breathing trouble. Well now, aren't you a sight, lad? Never have I seen so many scars blanketing a fella like a scar cloak you're wearing. Where you been? Hanging out in a grain thresher? He laughs. Oh, I'm just jesting with ye. Lad, no offense meant. I have no offense taken. I'm Eb. He extends his hand. Greetings, Eb. His handshake is firm. Now, I hereby tender my apologies for the unfair jesting, lad. Hope no hard feelings. Can I borrow you a tankard or two of something to smooth any ruffled feathers? Why not? That's the spirit, lad. Bide a moment. He rises to his feet and heads to the bar. After a moment, he returns to his seat with a pair of tankards. Here you go, lad, drink up. He takes a massive swallow from his own tankard, puffs on his pipe, and says, What can old Eb do for you this fine sigil day? Some questions. Oh, well, I gather that just to look at you. I mean, you don't look like you're from around these parts, lad. You look a little too out of sorts to be seasoned native. A seasoned native. Eb chuckles, then takes another drink. So what can I help you with, lad? You need to know the lay of the land? Eb winks. Who are you? Eb Creakiness. The third measure of the harmonium, now retired and being a tout with one's voice since I don't step as lightly as I might these past 2 or 3 decades. He chuckles. Now, lad, who be you, and what trouble might you be in? Was third measure of the harmonium. Ed puffs up slightly in pride and gets a semi-stern look on his face. Aye, third measure of the harmonium. He relaxes a little. Though I haven't served a tour of duty in many a decade, pushing a quill wasn't quite up my alley after all the fights and skirmishes I have been in. I just bide my time keeping tabs on things down here in the hive and helping out a little where I can. You look like someone who might need a hand. Are you in some kind of trouble, lad? I've woken up in a mortuary. Yeah? Ed blinks, then frowns. What was that you said, lad? That you woke up in a mortuary? Eb studies you closely. Oh, now. Did they mistake you for the dead under all them scars, mayhap? Eb chuckles. Can't say I would have been any smarter. He puffs his pipe. Them Justies. Eb sneezes. He catches himself. I mean, them dustmen. Justies being a rude term to refer to them pale-faced fellas. I don't mean them too much for disrespect. They have all the perceptions and friendliness of a gravestone sometimes, eh? Can't say I couldn't see them screwing that up, no lad. Bless you. Thank you. That's why I've heard I got other questions. Telling me of sigil. Ed laughs loudly. Think small, do ye? If you want to know what's outside the city, go talk to Kandarian Edelborn over there. He's the traveler of this place. As for the rest of it, well, I can tell you though, lady. The Dabbis, keys and portals, the way we keep track of time, the way the city's laid out. What was it you wanted to know? Tell me of the lady. Well now, not many know much about her, lad, and I'm figuring even those that know more than a little don't know too much more. She's a mystery, she is, and even should you run across her, powers forbid. She's silent and deadly. She's not evil, far as I can tell, but she keeps the dark about herself and sigil pretty tight. None's been able to penetrate it, and if they have, they've been mazed. Mazed? Aye. Sometimes blood will be packed off to a place where they can't go to no harm. The lady, oh my god. Can I just do a regular voice? The lady, she'll take a bit of sigil and make a little dimensional pocket out of it. A maze. She places those that have crossed her in there and lets them rot. Ed puffs a pipe. Now you can't escape getting mazed once. The lady sets her gaze on you, lad. She'll get you eventually, no matter how hard you try and dodge her. You'll be walking down an alley, or about to step through a portal, or take a left turn down a street you've gone many-fold times before. Suddenly you're someplace you don't recognize. Now, mazes aren't escape-proof. There are always a way out of each one. A portal the lady places there. You just have to figure out where it is and how to use it. Damn. Other things about Sigil. Sigil's time. The way we measure time in Sigil is by the brightness of the sky. See, we haven't got a sun and moon like most worlds. We just got this everlasting haze that brightens and darkens at regular cycles. What most folks call midnight, we call anti-peak. What they call noon, we call peak. See, it's based on the peak and anti-peak of the brightness. So when someone says something about 5 hours past peak, that's what they mean. Okay. City's layouts. If you let me wet me tongue. He takes a pull from his tankard. The city floats above an infinitely tall spire. The spire, it lies on its side like a discarded wagon wheel, but there's no spokes that connect it to the spire. Wait, yeah. It's divided into 6 wards, each of them with its own function. Right now, you're in the hive. I think the purpose of the hive is to be squalor to the rest of the city's grandeur. He laughs. Factions, philosophical clubs, or gangs, if you prefer. Divide up the running of the city between them. Were you in a faction? No, wait, go on. Wait, I just noticed the show more button. The city is called the Crossroads of the Plains and the City of the Doors and the Cage. It's got portals to all of creation. They say in all manner and beasties come through here to trade, call kip or hop from one place to another. Now that's just the quick version, lad. You'll have to experience the place for yourself. Portals. Citrus called the City of Doors for a reason, lad. There's portals everywhere. Portals are, well, like doors that lead across the multiverse. Except they don't look like doors. Instead, they can be any bounded space. Window, door, pothole, picture frame, barrel, hoop. The spaces inside, scaffolding, a wardrobe. Each could be a portal waiting for just the right key to open it, take you someplace in the multiverse. Now, keys. Go on. Aye, each portal has a key you need to open it. Now, while portals can be any bounded space, keys have more variety. They can be anything from a little tune you hum when next to a portal, to dancing a jig, to being in the right mood, to having a piece of the place you want to go in your hand, and on and on. In my youth, I once convinced a girl that kissing a man beside it could open a portal to Arcadia. Turned out, I was right. How many trips to Arcadia did we have? Many portals probably have never been found. There's some you can uncover just by asking people and getting the right key. Finding out the dark of a portal is the toughest part. But I warn you, lad, portal hopping shouldn't be a pastime for a fella in your way. Nor should you be wandering Sigil after dark. Neither. You do best to stick to the main ways and open peek and watch yourself. I had some other questions. So let's talk about the layout again. Can I do this instead? Oh, okay, so it just shows more options. More questions about Sigil. These are doors. Okay, I think we got all of it, because dabases are just the things that go around and fix shit. Let's see. What other places can you recommend? Well, it puffs off his pipe and studies you. This is perhaps the best kip you could have wandered into from the start, judging by your tattoos. You might be partial to having designs on your body, in which case there's a tattoo salon a little spire word from here. You want to stay away from the alley of dangerous angels if you can. Ignis torched that place not long ago, never since a bunch of bad bloods have set up their kip in that stretch of desert. Anything else? No? You know someone named Farod? Farod? It frowns. Takes the pipe from his mouth. Now, lad, what what you be wanting with a burk like Farod? He stole some of my belongings. Oh, no doubt, lad, no doubt. Ebb grumbles, chewing on his pipe. To chain up everything around that grasping little spider. He should have been one of the fated. The way anything not chained down slips into his parlor. Don't give him a yard or he'll take a league, eh? What do you know about him? Well, now, I don't know everything there is to know about old Farod, but I know some of the dark surroundings him. If you're determined to track down that spider and nail him to a wall, then I suppose I could spill some of the chant, so you know what you're tingling with. He pauses to tamp his pipe. Farod digged his nest deep into Ragpicker Square. Not too long ago, got a bunch of collectors and gangs together and started what one could almost consider a collecting faction, be that as it may be. Okay, where can I find him? Oh, lad, if you're looking for Farod, which I would say is pretty barmy of you, you're a little off the beaten path. You want to be finding Ragpicker Square. Chant is that Farod set up his kip somewhere in the square. Even an old fella like me, who's been around the ring a few times, don't know exactly where. Figure that Farod wants to keep the dark on his location. Wants to keep the dark on his location dark. Typo? Take a break from the voices if you want. We're almost finished up with the old man, but maybe the next voice. I figure that Farod wants to keep the dark on his dark. If you're all bound and determined to find Farod, go to Ragpicker Square and try to dig up Farod's location from some of the locals. Try and be careful about it, since there's plenty in the square that would make a gut harp out of you as soon as you look at you. Okay. Thank you. So that actually helps. Wait, what the fuck is this? Oh, I pushed W.
I'm gone.
How about you, Barkus? See a leather-skinned man with just a hint of ashen color to his face. His teeth seem sharper than normal, and his eyes are filled with boredom that comes with having seen too much. His voice is nasal and clipped. You again, eh? What do you want this time? You again? What do you mean? Yeah, you again. You got a hearing problem or something now? You was in here about 15 years ago. Got all bubbed up, smashed up the place, left a pile of coin that wasn't enough to pay for the damages. So you plucked out your own bleeding eyeball. You plucked out your own bleeding eyeball. Tells me you'll be back to reclaim it when you got 200 coins together. With 15 years of interest, you got about 500 coins. You got the jink, pal. I got your eye. He has my eyeball? 500, that's ridiculous. I'm interested right now. He's got my eye. Who are you? Me? I'm Barkus, owner and keeper of this place. What is this place? You see the sign out front? Then you see the burnt burning over the furnace when you came in? It's the smoldering corpse cutter. Best damn bub house in Sigil. At least it's the best damn bub house in this part of the hive, which makes it one of the best in Sigil. Hell, they got fancy places with plants and such in the ladies' ward, and they got fiendish taverns salted around the rest of the hive, but none of them got character as the smoldering corpse. I want something. Patrons. I don't make it a point to interfere with the lives of people who give me their name, their hard-earned jink, unless they ask me to. Over there is Candrian, Planewalker. He's a good one to talk to about any planewalking questions you might have. He's been pretty much everywhere. Down there is Ebb, Creekness, an old harmonium basher. Don't hold that against him, and a tout. He's got a good heart in him, and he knows Sigil up and down. Them fiends over there are Algathrian and Tagaranian. Word of advice, don't deal with them. They might be low rankers in the fiend heresy, but they're still fiends. Then you got Quicks over there. Not trustworthy. and some mercy killers looking for some poor sod. Dakon, the Githzaria, is a mystery to me. Don't know much about him. He don't talk much. Finally, you, interested in earning some free bub? Yeah. There's a bubber over against the far wall, hanging about in the shadows, who's been trying to work up her courage to slip out without covering her tab. Why don't you make sure she doesn't do that? You do it, you got free bub here for life. Alright. I'll do it. Answer me some questions. What is this place? I want something to drink. I'm looking for a journal. Get it, farewell. Okay, so all we gotta do is say, hey, it's a wonderful kind of day. You're not gonna pay your tab and run away. What the fuck is this? Is this an invisible man? He kissed your eyeball goodnight every night. Stop. It's gross. You see a soft-looking man with gentle, far-staring eyes. He dresses in supple leather clothing and carries various implements of use in destruction about his body, such as ropes, spikes, tinderboxes, and empty vials of air. He looks half gone. Literally, there's an insubstantiality to his existence, as if his essence had been partially leached away. He focuses those eyes on you and suddenly find them gripping and determined. Greetings to you, O Seeker. Hello. Carefully sets down the mug he holds, and he gives you all his attention. I've seen the far reaches of the multiverse and returned to tell the tale. I've walked upon the bodies of dead gods and spun moonbeams in the astral ahead of 1,000 shrieking Githayanki nights. I've passed the edges of existence and watched my essence shiver away before me. What is it I can do for you? Questions. Perhaps I have answers for you. Speak and I shall tell you. Who are you? I am Kandrian, Illborn, Traveler, Dreamer, Tail Spinner, and so forth. You are a traveler? Tell me of the plains. I'm tired, Seeker. So tired. I am fresh back from negation. I will answer what I can for you, but I cannot promise that you will find satisfaction in the answers I give. What would you know? Would you hear of the outer planes, the prime materials, or the inner planes? What's the difference? The difference is true essence, Seeker. The inner planes are matter substance, true physicality. They are the building blocks of the multiverse. For it is from them that all belief in the elements springs. The inner planes filter through the ethereal planes, the plane of potential, some way, which forms the elements into the worlds of mortals. Once past the ethereal plane, one reaches the prime material, where exist all manner of mortals and monsters and myths and machines. It is there that belief is born, and there that the spirits that create the outer planes are born. When mortals die, they pass through the astral plane, a no place that is thought and mental energy itself. It is in all things and in none. It is a paradox, among other things, and it filters spirits into the great ring. Do you comprehend so far? Okay, so it's basically like a timeline. So there's the there's the inner planes, and they, after you go through the ethereal plane, lead up to the prime material, right? Prime material. Then after that happens, you die, and you go through the astral plane, and you go to the outer planes. Yeah. Now, the outer planes, where should I start? Do you know the cardinal rules of the planes on which all others are based? Do you know about the composition of the outer planes? Do you know of the Great Ring? and its division in our hearts? Do you know of the individual planes? Each of these leads to the next, so it is best to start from the beginning. Composition. The outer planes are created of and by belief and thought and faith. They take their imagined form from the prime material plane, shaped into forms that stagger the imagination built by the accumulation of belief. Belief creates the planes. Belief is power here. Change belief, and you can change the nature of reality. The creatures that are born here, the plane born, like the fiends and celestials, are truly born of thoughts and concepts of mortals. They each express some sort of ideal, and more powerful the ideal, the more powerful the being. Thus, the being that symbolizes love is one of the strongest of all. Okay, so that makes sense. So, he's saying that the people in prime material, their thoughts, beliefs, all that, their faith, make up the outer planes. So it's kind of like Little Big Planet. That's why the powers, gods some call them, live out here. This is where all the faith in them comes. This is where they are at their most pure and most strong. Their realms are extensions of their very beings, manifestations of their godly essence, all of it informed by belief. The composition of the planes is belief. Tell me of the Great Ring now. Among the loose unity of planewalkers, we conceive of the infinite outer planes as a ring surrounding the plane of ultimate neutrality, the outlands. The spire atop which Sigil sits is in the center of the outlands. The further one travels away from the spire, the less neutral the planes grow, until it spills into the neighboring planes. Each of these planes impinges on the outlands, spinning themselves into a law and chaos, good and evil. The great road marks the demarcation between the outlands and the gate towns that spring up around the gates of these plains. Beyond the gate towns lie the hinterlands, uncharted territory that is lost to history, that loses thought. Danger lies in the hinterlands. The outer planes differ by morality, not substance. For you, we'll divide the planes into three sets: the upper planes of good, the lower planes of evil, and the boundary planes of neutrality. These are then divided further by law and chaos. The outlands in the middle. Which of these interest you? This is some fucked up shit. Cause like I'm trying to think of it. Little Big Planet and D&D, the same confirmed. They are the same. Come on. Of the upper planes, where are the neutral planes? There are the neutral planes, the lawful planes, and the chaotic planes. What would you know? Okay, where are the neutral planes and the upper planes? The neutral upper planes contain the Beastlands, a place of neutrality and goodness, with a slight tinge of chaos, where the animals rule in the eternal noon and night. They hold Bitopia, twin paradise of industry and labor, where all work toward the good of all in Elysium, the sweetest plane of goodness and calm I have ever come across. Alas, right now I am not well enough to enjoy any of their restorative effects. What would you hear of now? Tell me the rest of the upper planes. Tell me of the lawful planes. Candrian gives a small shudder. I am not the best person to speak of the planes of law, he says, for the innate structure and ultimate patterns they impose frighten me. I steer clear of them because I value my individuality more than I value the knowledge they'll bring me. They include regimented Arcadia, nearest of the good planes to the unbending order of Mechanus, and Mount Celestia, home of the Archons, an island in Silver Sea. Give me more of that upper plane shit, baby. Now tell me about the chaotic plane. These are where I feel at home, though I steered clear of Ysgard for the most part. The endless battles and tests of metal among the floating earthbergs of the plane don't do much for my disposition. Arborea, though, he sighs. The mountains are taller, and the air clear. The river is pure, and the game larger than anywhere else. It is true paradise, a place where passions run high, and the wine never ceases to flow. When I have recovered enough of my wits and myself, when we have done with the outer planes, you should ask me more of the inner. I will describe my journey to you. I will return to Aboria's bowers and glades and lose myself for a time. Okay, so tell me back to the Great Ring. So that was just the upper planes. Now we have the lower planes. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm trying to understand it. So there's like a place in the middle, right? And then there's like 3 rings that go around it, and within those 3 rings there are 3 planes. But yeah, okay. What, so we're in the other planes. So we're in the lower planes first, I think. Lower planes, neutral planes. The neutral planes, they're vile and barely understandable, and they're more insidious on their own than you could ever imagine. Take Gehenna, for example. 4 volcanoes in stages of dormancy, floating in an infinite void, each of them somehow alive, and each of them wanting your soul by whatever means they can get it. Populate it with Yagoloths, the worst of the fiends, in my opinion, and you've got the plane of ultimate evil, at least that's what they call it, is the gray waste, a no place that drains color from your body and spirit, stealing away even your apathy, and it's the site of the worst battlegrounds in the war down there. Don't get me started. And you've got Karakasi, Seri on the chaotic side. Tell me about the war. Aye, the blood war. The name, your blood feels as if it freezes in your veins. Ilborn doesn't seem to notice, wrapped up as he is in his memories. 2 armies of fiends smashing together pointlessly across the lower plains, slaughtering mindlessly in the name of law and chaos. Though aggrandize it, of course, but in the end it's about hate and stupid endeavor that aids none and harms far too many. Okay, now tell me about Carceri. Ah, Carceri and its poisonous jungles, acid swamps, destructive waters strung like a string of rotten pearls nestled within one another. Pauses and looks at you carefully, again fixing you in place with his eyes. Remember this, Seeker. Carceri is a prison, home to the Gehreliths, one of the most dangerous types of fiends there is. The strength of the prison is the strength of the captor, as strong as the prisoner lets it be. Destroy the prison keeper and a body can escape the red prison. There is almost no other way out. Not when the gates close themselves against you and watch you spin off into the vast space surrounding the orbs. Beware of Carceri, traveler, for its bonds can be greater than flesh. Shit. What about the lower planes? Like the upper planes, the lower planes are divided into lawful. Okay, so that was neutral. What the fuck is happening? Okay, so here. I'm reading a lot, but it's a good read. You know what I mean? He's describing the different planes of existence that there is. So if we listen, if we just take a little look. So he's saying there's the outer lands, which is where we are, right? He's saying there's this place. And it's right in the middle of these 3 you know, different things. I like to imagine them as rings, right? Anyways, they surround this little dot, right? And there's the upper, lower, and neutral planes of existence. But within those ones, so say that green one, it also has a neutral, chaotic, and, lawful. So it's like it gets divided and divided and divided, you know? So that's what's happening. He's describing the planes that are surrounding the outer lens, and the outer lens are where we are. It's a bit hard to take in. I'll just read a little bit more. Let's see. Lawful planes. As much as I detest the order of the lawful upper planes, at least they present a modicum of goodness. Their lower planar counterparts, though Acreon's a place of ricocheting cubes that never see an end to battle, swarming with the souls of dead humanoids. Bator shivers involuntarily. Bator is a place best avoided. Those Beatuzu, the fiends in the corner there, are but the merest expression of the deviant corruption. Blah blah blah. Well then, we'll leave it to that. It's a little confusing, but I kind of understand it. I just don't know if the information is going to be any useful. Is this person's name O? See a man standing stock still. He isn't moving a muscle. Or on closer examination, it appears that he isn't even breathing, just standing. His eye sockets are empty, holes in his face. Contained within their bounds is a flat gray light that seems to dance with possibility. Looking into the sockets, the eerie, empty feeling of limitless void shivers through you, as if you had gazed into a silver sliver of eternity. The head slowly swivels towards you. You notice that no muscles appear to move under his skin as he turns. He speaks in a pure, bell-like tone. Well met, wanderer. You have forgotten again, haven't you? You know me, stranger? Oh. You Farad? I'm looking for Farad, the collector. I know where he is. I can give you only one word. Nearby. You will find him in the hive under a veil of secrecy. Can you give me an answer to other questions? I'm looking for a journal. I know where you can find it, but it is not my place to reveal such information. Rest assured, you will find it, as well as the man you seek. My thanks. What do you know of that? I know that the journal takes you far beyond your journal quest. To the very edge of existence, you will struggle for your life and your very spirit. I do not tell you any more regarding this. Damn. Tell me about yourself. I am O. For some reason, when he speaks his name, it sounds like he's speaking of much more than a single letter, as if the speaking of his name contained untold possibilities and nuances. No human tongue could ever create such a sound. What sort of a name is that? It is my name. It is a name of a portion of eternity. I am a letter in the divine alphabet. Understanding me leads to understanding existence. I am writ in the true names of half of everything. My being encompasses truth. I am mathematic. Ooh. Organic. Metaphysic. So what does that mean? The divine alphabet is writ in the name of everything that exists, from the seed of the hearts and elemental planes to the core of the great beyond. My brothers and sisters. A single word translates into the two in your mind. And I reach across all that is, was, or ever shall be. We are thought, and reality, and concept, and the unimaginable. One word nearby. In a veil of secrecy. Man, that's a good one word. Why is there such like metaphysical, like so out there kind of stuff, you know? Like we have a fucking dimensional being over here that fucking plane hops. Now we have a eternity person over here. Tell me about the great beyond. You would not understand. No mortal possibly could. It is beyond the powers of comprehension of all but the most powerful of powers. And once they understand, they move beyond the veil of mortal comprehension. I can explain it no more than that. Perhaps sometime you will understand. What are you doing here? Why, I am watching the ebb and flow of mortality. What do you see? You mortals are like wasps. You build your lives/nests from the slimmest of branches, and then the wind shakes your home/life free. You seek to sting the wind to death, instead of realizing your foolish mistakes, attempting to repair the damage you have caused yourselves, and learning from your experience you bring harm to any who have the misfortune to blunder near you in your time of pain and distress. My advice to you, to all mortals, stop acting like an insect and start acting sentient. Yeah, that's pretty fucked. I'll think about that. In the meantime, answer me some questions. What is it that you wish to know? Tell me about yourself. What are you? Is my name. My name is a portion of eternity, blah blah blah, whatever. Whatever. I'm off to go play the game. See ya. Hey, dum dum. Guy says you gotta settle it. Pay up. He jumps a little, and her nervous tension becomes full-fledged anxiety. What are you going to do? Ask you to go pay up now. He looks at you bitterly. I can't. Some Bert took all my money. I need a loan or something to pay him off. How much do you need? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I think I need 100 coins to get started on that debt. I'll lend you money. Here, take it and pay up now. Can you think of another solution? Another way to pay? Ha! She smiles sadly. You could always, kill me. I could, but I'd rather find another solution. She looks at you for a moment longer, swaying where she stands, and then says, alright. Did you want something else? Just some answers. Pay your tab. How much do you need? She pockets your jink and glances briefly towards the door, almost as if she's weighing her chances of dashing out. Sighs heavily as she realizes there's no chance and begins to walk glumly towards the bar. My thanks, I suppose. Don't mention it and don't even think about heading for the door until you've paid up. I'm watching this woman. I know how this goes. I go, nothing's gonna happen. And then something happens, and then I get fucked over. Stop! What are you doing, lady? I'm gone. You don't have to pester me. Get moving. Eddie, where the fuck are you going? What happens when D&D is trying really hard to fuck with people? What do you mean? Fuck are you doing? Lady, where are you going? Yo, what the fuck? Oh! Fuck me. She just went out. Oh god.
Done.
Wait, so she paid her thing? I don't think she did. Oh, you won't be having trouble with Mochai again. Then, friend, you have a full bar of privileges for free. Anything you want, anytime. That must have been a pretty big tab she ran up. You don't know the half of it. You want a drink now? Send me up. Oh boy, zombie, choose which drink we drink. Except for information, because I don't need that. This is what happens. D&D is trying really hard. No. It's a good story. It's good information. We may have just spent an hour in this bar alone, though. Just saying. You want a drink? You got a drink. This is what we got for you. Beer, bitters, mead, elemental water, Harborian fire wine and fire seeds, crust heart wine, cursed heart wine, and Beatorian whiskey. What it'll be? Bitter sounds gross. Get it? Bitters. You quaff the weak drink. The flavor isn't exactly bold, but it's filling. It's alcoholic. It doesn't seem to do anything else for you. What it'll be, Cutter? Give me another drink. Give me some water. He moves back to a keg on the wall and turns the spigot. The clearest water you have ever seen pours from the nozzle and into the glass he holds underneath it. He sets it down in front of you and you take a deep draught. It is the purest thing you have ever tasted. A coldness inherent to the water itself. A feeling of the air that passes over your tongue and into your stomach, where its coolness calms even the raging of your passion for a moment. From the heart of the elemental plane of water, Barkus snorts. Any other water you ever drinks going to taste dirty by comparison. Oh my god. Beer. Flavor is exactly bold, but it's filling and alcoholic. Doesn't seem. Okay, mead. Okay, fire wine. Passes you a glass of the deepest red wine and a handful of brightly colored seeds. Stick the seeds in your mouth, he advises. Take a swig of the wine. Don't be surprised when the seeds catch fire. It won't do any harm. Tastes like no other. He's right. When you pop a seed into your mouth, it mingles with your saliva and bursts into a tiny flame. You quench it with a swallow of fire wine. The taste is indescribable. Barkus smiles. Want another? Keep 'em coming. Heart wine. He passes you a glass of Kurtz's famous heart wine. The bouquet is breathtaking, and the wine itself is full-bodied and fruity. The aftertaste leaves nothing to be desired. Made from real razor vine, and that is. Wish I knew the secret. Barkeeper nods at the empty glass. Want another? Certainly do. You know me. Whiskey. He places a shot of some steaming substance that looks like boiling urine in front of you. The fumes that waft your way, however, are exquisitely tempting. The taste, though nearly unbearably hot, it is as smoky as the scent. The feel of the liquor burning its way to your gut is nearly painful, yet even this pain is sweet. Barkeep's eyes widen. Still standing. Most folks can't even make it halfway through the first shot. Still fire, I don't even feel anything. Barkeep considers you resting his chin on his hand. You know, Cutter, there's some as have a natural immunity to poisons and such. Some folks call bub a poison. That's the case. Chances are good you got yourself a handy little defense against poisoners. How about that? Give me another drink anyway. I'll finish off with water. Quite an experience. My thanks. Farewell. Oh, I thought that would have healed me. I just spent 100 coins for fucking fake liquor. Oh, whoa! Fuck me. Oh, shit. Fuck of me. Yeah, I like to think that every drink you take is just leaking out of your chest scar. No.
I'm gone.
Don't say that. Ask you some questions. What's up? Nope. I don't care about your questions anymore. Okay. There's nothing else I can do. Except maybe run out and get stabbed by some people.
Done.
No, don't stab Morte. Stop trying to stab Morte! Stop! God damn it. Uh-oh, wrong turn. It's this way. There's nowhere we need to go.
Done.
Well, 1 second. Uno momento. Ooh, I reappear. Hello? I still just can't find anywhere to sell my shit. All I wanna do is sell my shit. Make some money. Oh. Hey, let me talk to the centaur. Much as this creature's body is a combination of man and ram, his head is a mix of sorts, with a broad, flat nose, goat ears, and a pair of curling horns. Intricate designs are shaved into his dirty pelt, and a massive horns... and a four-flanged polearm hangs from his belt harness. He doesn't seem to notice you. Greetings. He turns to face you with a startling speed, his eyes dark and suspicious of you. His voice is deep and rumbling, not quite human and heavily accented. What do you want? What do you want? 2 legs. His hand is close to his polearm. Only to speak with you. Seems calmed down. His hands drop away from his weapon. He still keeps a certain distance from you, however. What do you wish to ask me? Why were you so wary of me? Seems sad for a moment. This place, a wretched, unclean place, it's full of unfriendly, sometimes desperate people. Not the best place for visiting. Barrier. 2 legs. He shrugs. I have business here. So here I am. Visiting? Do you not live here? The barrier shakes his head, laughing. No, 2 legs. No barrier could live like this. Where are you from? From the plains of Eastgard. 2 legs. They are my home. Smells in fond recollection, as if warmed by the memory. See, there is a reason to listen to the fucking guy talk about plains. What sort of business? Now's the time, 2 legs. If we ever meet in a happier place, I shall tell you all about it. You are visiting, you don't live here. Let me ask you some questions. Tell me a lady you have pain? Lady? He looks around as if to see if anyone's overheard. I only know that He rules this place, all of Zigol, in that the locals feel it feel it bad luck to speak of her. Okay, goodbye. Sell stuff to the shop, you good. You goof. I don't know where the shop is. Bring to me the shop of dignity. You want some? Fuck you, bitch. Holy shit.
I'm hurt. Die.
Yeah, you're fucked up. Yeah, what up? I'll take it. Oh boy. Oh boy. That was shit.
Done.
I just wish I could find a fucking shop around here.
Well, what is it?
Oh, please, please just join my crew or something. The shop is in the mall, the shop of shops. Stop. Stop it. You said you were gonna make a living selling yourself. Sell corpses. Aye, the dustmen pay a little drink for anyone with a will to scrape deaders off the street and bring them to the mortuary. This is me territory. So don't you even think about fishing for deaders here, right? Your territory. Aye, my territory. What is the gulf between your ears? So why that me words echo? Pah, he asks too many questions, scab. Pike off and it'll someone else. Oh, well, your questions? I pike off. Oh.
I've never seen something so ugly, I've not.
Oh, why? Why you gotta call me ugly? Why you call me ugly? I'm thug. Greetings. The man looks at you for a moment, grunts, then raises his dagger, revealing a wicked dagger. He smiles evilly and begins twirling it in a menacing arc. Oh, he's fucking coming after me. Oh, yo, what the fuck?
All right.
This is wickedly not cool. I'm gonna fucking die, bitch. Die.
I'm gone.
Yeah, just keep healing or something. I don't know. Is it the harlots that heal me or something? I just don't know. Just don't understand. It is nighttime though. That is faux real. Nowhere to stay. I don't have anywhere to go. I have no idea what I'm doing. But at least I'm healing, I guess. What up, Sev Tai? Still hunting down the Chaos Men. The man before you looks to be middle of height and years. He is stout with a thick, bullish neck. His shoulders are hunched as if a great weight was pressing upon them. He wears an impatient look as he stares at the black monolith in front of him. Greetings. The man throws you a glance. There's a room, Kara. No need to ask my leave to stand here. She wanted to know what this monolith was. A tombstone for the plains. Scoffs. Graveyards of names are scratched on that rock. I can only hope my name is the one that'll split this stone in twain. He points at the base of the monolith. Quentin, right there, hammered in just hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. Tombstone for the plains. Aye. Quentin smiles ruefully. Rusty scratched the names of the dead on this monument here. Gestures around him. And on the walls of the place of not enough space by my reckoning, but no matter. They do their best. Can barely read half of the names. What are you doing here? Reading the new arrivals. Trying to find a new one every day and trying to remember if I knew one more. Nothing more. Aye, they scratch him on this rock, scratch him everywhere. The living? Aye, you know about the Dusties, dustmen mourners that come to this place? They aren't mourning the dead, see? They're mourning the living. You can barely get a word in on them edgewise without 'em asking to mourn some poor living Burke for you. Oh. Why? Got me there, Cutter. He shrugs. Might want to put the question to them. Seems to me the dead are thrice worth the pity of any poor sod living in this pit. He nods at the monument. Every name on there is blessed in my book. It is. Ever know anybody who came after their name was put on there? You mean coming back from death? Quentin shakes his head. That's a one, Cutter. Everything that lives dies, and that's the way of things. Shrugs. Still, considering the planes go on forever and all, I suppose anything's possible. I suppose so. Say I had some other questions for you. Nope. Goodbye. Harlot blood healing magics. I wish. I wish that there was a fucking shop to go to. Because I am sick and tired of running around bleeding. What the fuck? Why are they mad at me just for walking over near a portal? The fuck? Didn't even do anything. Goodbye.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this might be a nice place, maybe.
I'm gone.
What's over here? Nothing. Sorry, how many coins do I have? 85. That's not too bad. Let's see. I wish I knew how to do some of this puzzles. I don't think I do. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left. I don't get it. I don't get this fucking up. Wait a second. 1201. Yeah, no, never mind. Wait, what about my eyeball? Eyeball. What could a different eyeball do for me? See an aging man in soiled and tattered clothes frantically pacing in the corner. His shock of filthy white hair sticks out in every direction. And his face crusted with dirt and streaks of dry blood, covered with gray stubble. Every few seconds he stops pacing and flails about suddenly, muttering and cursing as if assaulted by some unseen foe. He does not seem to notice your approach. Greetings. The sound of your voice, the old loon whirls about to face you, his wide, staring eyes bulging in their sockets. He regards you for a brief moment, then returns to his raving. No, no, no! It's not you. Hoo-hoo. But soon, yes, soon. Who are you talking to? Old man seems oblivious to your presence. Ooh, you'll come, yes, you'll come, and old Nestor'll be waiting. Are you alright? No. Nestor's face turns beet red, and his whole body shakes in protest. My fork. Can't leave without my fork. Hoo-hoo, fork, fork, fork. Your fork. Fork, fork, fork. Can't go home without my fork. Nestor's frenzy reaches a violent crescendo. He begins hopping up and down manically, then suddenly stops, lowers his head, and runs headlong into a large wooden cupboard that stands against the wall of the flophouse. The force of the impact knocks the old man flat on his back. After a few seconds, he stands back up, a dazed expression on his face. Cottonstone, can't go home without my fork. Who took your fork? Esther stares at you for a long moment, then begins rummaging through the pockets of his filthy tunic. After a few seconds, he produces what appears to be a dismembered ear. Judging by the stench and color of the ear, you'd wager that the old loon has been toting it around his pocket for some time. You have my fork, don't you? Don't you? Hoo hoo. He holds the ear close as if speaking to it. Bring back my fork. Maybe I can help you. Waiting. Hoo hoo. He shakes the ear violently as he shouts into it. Until you bring it back, then I can go home. Great. I'll try to find your fork then. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Updated your journal. Come on. Have you talked to that tiefling girl in a while? What do you mean? Anna? I just tried to talk to her. She's all like, this is my turf. I'm looking for dead bodies. My turf. Intruder in the mausoleum. A pledge to help the spirit that guards the mausoleum. It seems an intruding necromancer has sealed himself in an inner chamber with a powerful word that protects him from the spirit. He must be the one responsible for the walking dead. Narachi is so concerned about. Nestor's fork. I've agreed to help the Flophouse loon, Nestor, find his fork. The poor sod seemed quite deranged, carrying around a severed ear in his pocket, talking to it like it could hear him, but I don't suppose it could do any harm to look for the fork for him. I have accepted the task of delivering a strange box to a person named Kuwatra. Mars says this fellow can usually be found down in the southeastern section of the hive. Okay. And Craddock for Bane and Cinder. I agreed to deliver a message for a man named Bane the Cinder. Bane said the person I needed to deliver the message to was named Craddock and is said to be an overseer in a marketplace somewhere in the hive. The only description Bane could give me of Craddock was that he was a giant, stern-looking man. I'll keep my eye out for him. If I find Craddock, I'll deliver the message, then go back and tell Bane. Yeah, I need to find this guy, because he's apparently an overseer in a market. And Papa needs the market. Oh, my bad. You're all good. See the tall figure creature standing before you. The lower portion body resembles that of a goat. However, just above its powerful forelegs, its shape takes a more human appearance. The man's torso, arms, and head, all of which are covered in polished armor. The creature's eyes closed and it appears to be sleeping. Hello? The creature snorts briefly, but its eyes remain shut. Apparently it is a late sleeper. Not a late sleeper. I will let him sleep then, I suppose. I would like it if I could heal a little bit more before heading out. Let's talk to Morte.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Let's see. Advice. I think you try and rule out this Pharaoh wherever he is. Yeah, good point. And some other questions. Whoa. Morty, I don't mind you tagging along, but is there anything else you can do except chatter? Hey, chattering's my best trait. He rattles his teeth for a moment, then grins. Eh? Oh, that's good to hear. No, but seriously, Chief, I got a knack for chattering in just the right way. I can really bend an ear. You know what I'm saying. I got insults, backtalk, stuff that'll curl someone's ear into their skull, you know. How's that useful? It's one of my many talents. I call it my litany of curses. You see, sometimes I can really bend someone's ear with just the right comment. Of course, then I usually have to do a lot of running afterwards, but you get the idea. How does it work?
Updated my journal.
Well, I can spit insults at someone until they get mad enough to chase me around. Morte has an ability called Litany of Curses. It is a non-magical taunt. If the target fails to resist it, they suffer a penalty to their armor class, attacks, and will do nothing but try to engage Morte in melee combat. Note that Morte insults Morte hears That the more insults Morte hears, the better his litany of curses becomes. The litany of curses is very effective against mages. So basically, he insults them. They go, "Yo, what the fuck?" And they try and beat him up.
Yeah.
Is this true? He actually does have a fucking litany of curses. Oh boy. Okay, well, that's certainly something. Arlo. You see a short, balding man standing in what serves as the foyer to this ramshackle flophouse. His bushy brows are furrowed concentration as he picks at what appears to be scabs on his large, bulbous nose. Greetings. The man doesn't bother to look up. Instead, he continues to stare cross-eyed down at his nose. Yeah, what do you want? Could I rest here? Sure, yeah. Yeah, can, Burke. If you got the jink for it. Nobody puts up here for free. Except old Nestor over there. That's the only 'cause he's got one addle covered enough to mess with him. Well, how much for a bed? Costs you 5 coppers. He wipes his dirty hands on the front of his even dirtier shirt and thrusts it towards you, palm up. Never mind. Let me first save. I want to see exactly how much it do. Oh shit, I took the big nap. It seems to be true. What seems to be true? Nothing's true in this world. Or realm. Or Blelm.
I'm gone.
Still fucking dark time. What the fuck, bro? Bro, see. Let's see. Ragpicker Square. This is exactly the place we need to be. But I'm actually gonna go the other way.
I'm gone.
Vines with black leaves. The stems look extremely sharp. We're gonna head southeast.
All right.
Southeast is the only way I know how to live. Can you stop trying to... You know what?
Die.
How about you die a little, eh? You want some too? Oh, that's a lot of damage. What the fuck? Rusty dagger. Ew. Okay, no, I'm done fighting. Okay, I'm done fighting. Holy shit. I'm done fighting. Oh my god. Grow fucking faster. What the fuck? Why is there so many? Oh, there's so fucking many. Why? Come on, Morte, down this way. The hive.
Hey,
I'm gone.
be watching, Chief. Just look natural. Natural.
Wait, what?
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Why were you talking to me?
I'm gone.
Said to just look natural. Mirror Ram. Tall woman stands silently by the wall, staring off into the distance. She seems to be unconcerned with the flow of traffic around here. Clutches a wooden pole from which dozes off. Oh God, I almost died there. Which dozens of small fish are dangling. Greetings. Oh, hello, sir. She squints at you for a moment, trying to discern your identity. Oh my, here I was thinking you one of me regular customers. She proffers her fish pole. Tuna, sir? Mackerel, sea cucumber? No fish thinks I had some questions. Her mouth presses down into a tight-lipped frown. Stares off over your shoulder. You can see nothing of interest behind you. You turn back to her. You catch her looking at you. She looks away quickly, resuming her staring off into the distance once more. What do you want? Goodness knows, she pauses for a minute. You do. You seen me before then? I think you're a man with very lightness, sir. 'Twas a long ago. Tell me. Oh, sir, you see, my sight's not so good. 'Twasn't back then neither. But I thought I saw you walking past with a small group trailing along behind you. What do these people look like? It's hard to say, sir. 'Twas so long ago and you walked was so quick-like, but I remember now the way you hold up your head. There was a woman following you, trying to stop you, to get you to turn around and speak to her, but you pushed her away. What happened then? Beautiful woman. She was. Looked so sad, so angry all at once. I stood there for a moment, then followed along behind you, just the same, hustling to catch up. You said there was a group. Who else was there? He shrugs. There was at least 2 other gentlemen with you, sir. The only one I remember too clearly, though, was tall, thin, reeked of bob, and he did. I smelled him from across the way. Looked like he hadn't bathed in ages, too. He followed you close, and never said a word. Acted like the woman wasn't even there, even when she bumped against him, trying to stop you. That's all I remember, sir. There's some copper. How much do you give the fishwife? For fucking 10 copper. Oh my, why thank you, sir, most kindly. May the Lady Shadow pass you over. So I came through here before. Ash mantle. See a dustman in long black robes and a pale face. Unlike the dustman you saw in the mortuary, however, this man looks confused and is glancing about as if looking for something. When he spots you, he raises a hand to attract your attention. Hello. The man seems relieved that you are speaking to him. He bows slightly. Thank you for hearing me, traveler. I am known as Ash Mantle, one of the Dustman sect. I was wondering if you could direct me. I don't know the area very well, and I'm looking for a certain establishment, a bar, that those of my sect frequent. Do you know of such a place? Sect your Dustman, don't you mean faction? Oh, the Dustman bar? It's by the mortuary. Orient yourself by the mortuary front gate. Then walk directly southwest. You can't miss it. Heard I'd be willing to help you for a price. Tyson holds up his hand. I regret to say that I have no drink to spare. Forget it then. The bar you're looking for, it's by the mortuary. The dustman smiles. Thank you very much, traveler. I appreciate your kindness. The people of the Hive are really helpful in such matters. Give me some questions. Goodbye. Suddenly farewell. You are about to turn away when you suddenly have a feeling that something is amiss. Suspicious, you glance at Ashmantle again, just in time to see him tucking something into his sleeves. It looks like something of yours. Grab his hand, dude. Grab his hand. Your hand snaps out, but Ashmantle draws back suddenly. You miss grabbing his wrist. You see his dustman facade crumple. With a frightened look, he runs off. Dude, that ain't happening.
Huh?
Fuck you, bitch. You gonna take my fucking coin? You're fucking dead now. Looks like I lost 0 coin. What a nice surprise, eh? Name nameless right now. I missed the naming. What do you mean? There's nothing you can name. Phineas T. Lord XXXIX. I think I remember reading something about this guy.
I'm
Hello.
gone.
See a squat man with the rash-covered skin, several pustules covering his face. His clothes seem to mark him as some sort of an official. They are dirty, wrinkled, and covered with rat hair. You watch, he idly scratches himself with his stubby fingers. Ah, no. The little man shrieks and jumps, startled, clutching his heart. Takes a deep breath and pushes his spectacles up on his rash-ridden nose. Yes, yes, and what is that I can do for you? He scratches his nose and looks you up and down, studying your scars. I have little or nothing to do until noon in the till, so you have come to plunder the premises. This locale is ill-chosen. Well, why don't you just give me what you have and we'll have friends? I'm not here to plunder the premises. Who are you? I am respected Phineas T. Lort, the 39th in charge of this hive branch of the Office for Vermin and Disease Control. It is my distinguished privilege. He scratches his chest and puffs up. To inform you that we, in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we, meaning to encompass the sigil bureaucracy, I know the word, bureaucracy, as a whole, are accepting bounties on all manner of vermin and strays that infest he scratches again, fair streets of Sigil, hub of the multiverse, and the city which sits at the center of all things, city by which all other cities are measured. Bounties.
Updated my journal.
Yes, yes, yes. We are in the bureaucratic sense of the word we, meaning to encompass the sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting tangible proof of the eradication of brain vermin, aka cranium rats, from the hive area, where they have clustered quite thickly for the past many years. As recent census of the vermin population has shown, I am empowered by the Sigilian bureaucracy to pay a bounty of up dramatically 1 copper common per cranium rat delivered to my branch office. Cranium rat. I missed the naming. Evil Dusty Man. You should have ate him. I killed him. Maybe Fane should have ate him. Bastard Fane. Another comment like, wait. Cranium rats are a species of vermin that become more intelligent, and the more of them are in close proximity to each other. 1 cranium rat alone is but a nuisance that chews at boards and burrows into food, but 5 or 10 or more, and their intelligence grows until it surpasses even the intelligence of ones such as myself. Scratches and sniffs disdainfully. I imagine that 2 or 3 cranium rats might be enough to outwit you, sir. How many cranium rats are there in Sigil? More than enough to last a bounty hunter a lifetime, perhaps several. Ooh, that sounds good. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. It's locked. Shit.
Done.
I want to explore some more before my throat cuts out forever. Go in the place. Hive dweller. Greetings. What happened? I feel terrible. I'm not sure, but I think a bit of rest will do me good. Can you please leave me alone? I just want to see what happens, you know? A test, you know? Jesus Christ.
I'm gone.
So if I walk outside, are people going to yell at me and say, "Ba ba 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 bowie"?
I'm
I'm
gone.
not. Whatever. We'll reload just in case. Well, actually, no. Wait, what? No. Well, actually, it's 1 hour and 30 minutes. Which, you know, usually I like to stick it out another half an hour, but my throat hurts, and you know, maybe there'll be a more game later tonight, or you know, or stream. I don't know what's happening, but you know, I'd like to just leave it at that before my throat gives out. We might actually have to set up, you know, Planescape Torment for either less me choosing what knowledge gets read and all that, or you know, just setting it up for like the weekends I stream it, or the weekdays or something like that. Good stream. Thank you. More talking, a lot more talking. I'll definitely try and find more relatable things to read. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been a grand time. I love you all, and toodles.